I've been using heat shield window coverings inside my van for years. They are much better than the WeatherTech and they look really simple and clean. And for 3 years now, they're still holding up. So I have heat shields for every single one of my windows except the front windshield. And I decided, because even though this kind of cheapy windshield shade has been working for me, and it's actually specifically for the Dodge Grand Caravan, I've also had that for about 3 years, and it's really cheap. Well, I mean, 3 years sitting in the sun, I guess that's pretty good, but it's starting to get like these little needle, like pinpoint holes in it, and I just don't think it's as effective as it used to be. So I bit the bullet and I spent the $50, well, with shipping it was $65 for that front shade, because even something that like what I currently have is about $30 to $35 on Amazon. So I spent the extra money, got the heat shield. Now I have a complete set for my van and I'm excited to get it. I wouldn't change many things in my van. Actually, I can't really think of anything I would change in my van except the floors. I wish I had skills like so many other people to make like nice, hard flooring, but I don't. I don't have the skills or the tools or the capacity. I really don't like my floors. I don't like having to use like all these rugs and stuff. I just feel like if I had hard floors, it would make it much easier to clean. That's my biggest problem, is the cleanliness. It's not even about being level, it's just about the cleanliness. But it is what it is because I don't have the skills to do anything about it. I've spent a lot of time in this general area over the last, well, actually, when's the first time I came here? 4 years ago, but especially over the last 2 years. And I camped in the general vicinity of this spot last year for probably like on and off for about a month or so. And that's when I was camping with Todd. And I actually was just chatting with Todd the other day. When I went to Colorado, he ended up kind of going back to LA. But anyway, so I was chatting with him the other day. And then today I was chatting with Patty. Long story short, it reminded me of when we were camping over here and Wynston found that corn cob. And that was a year ago this month, y'all. That Wynston found that little corn cob and he was obsessed with it. And it was like this big. And some people like freaked out at me. He wasn't inhaling it or ingesting it. He just wanted to carry it around. It was his prized possession. And I have such fond memories of that corn cob, and so many of you got a kick out of it. I'm going to go see if I can find it. I left it at that spot a year ago because I just felt like it wasn't appropriate to take the corn cob with us. We got back to that spot like after I had left it. Wynston found it again, and then we left it, and that was it. I'm gonna go see if we can find it just for fun because I'm feeling restless. I don't have a lot of van things to do. I'm going back to Phoenix tomorrow, so I'm just kind of chilling today. So I decided to open a daytime beer, and don't judge me. It's like 2:30, but I was like, you know what? I just want to open one beer. That's it. Feeling good today. Want to have a beer. I've gotten a lot of exercise, so I'm gonna go see if we can find the corn cob. The campsite is fairly close. It's in this direction. And I mean, there's so much stuff on the ground. It's been a year and someone could have thrown it away. I don't even know what that campsite looks like. You know, I'm sure lots of people have been using it and whatnot, so I figure it's worth it just to walk over there and see, especially because I have such positive memories in that spot. So my van is right over there, and I remember it was actually like over in this area that Wynston found the corn cob when we were on a walk, and we were walking this dirt road, and he carried it back to our campsite. Gosh, I'll never forget that. It was really fucking precious. I wish I was strong enough to be able to watch those videos. Eventually I will. Just can't yet, but yeah. Okay, so here is where Todd and I hung out last summer for, well, it was pretty much like for the month of May or so. Actually, in fact, it was at this spot, so Greg came to visit us, and it was at this spot that I actually hung out with Brock for the first time, because we knew we were both camping in this area, and he had walked over to say hi to us, and we chatted for a couple hours. Yeah, lots of positive memories here for sure. So Todd was parked out here by this fire ring. I remember it was perfect because he had solar on his roof, and then I was parked back in these trees. So I'm just gonna kind of look on the ground. I'm not gonna go ham looking for this corn cob, but since I was sitting at camp doing nothing, it's kind of nice, and honestly probably good for my healing if I come over here and just be mindful. I finished my beer and I didn't find the corn cob. I don't even know, like, what would I have done if I found it? Well, knowing me, I probably would have put it in a Ziploc baggie and attempted to keep it for the rest of my life. I remember though when I left this area, because I was heading in a different direction and ultimately toward Colorado, I specifically remember, I was so mindful in that moment. Like Wynston and I were packing up when we were ready to go, and where is my van? It's over here somewhere. I remember seeing the corn cob, and because it was right by the van, and I was thinking, oh, there's my van. Do I take it with us? Do I throw it away? Do I leave it? And ultimately I just left it. I couldn't throw away Winston's corn cob, and I didn't know if we'd be back, so I figured if I just leave it here, we'll be back and he'll find it. Because Wynston and I really enjoyed going back to campsites that we liked. And oftentimes I didn't realize that he would like bury his smartphones or bury his greenies, and we'd leave, get back to the spot, and then he'd dig it back up. So that was kind of my intention with the corn cob. But it's been a year, so I didn't find it. I doubt anyone threw it away. Honestly, it's probably just buried underneath dead vegetation on the forest floor. But it was fun to look and to think positively about that time. I hear coyotes, which makes sense because that direction is where I saw that coyote running toward last night. And it's about that time. As you can see, we are definitely at dusk. The yotes are active. I did something different last night. I walked over to the dirt road, kind of where I saw that coyote the other night, and I put out my trail cam. Let's see what I got. hoping to catch a coyote, but that fox was really cute. It was a big one. It was definitely a big, thick boy. It is 8:30 and I am ready to go to Phoenix. Well, am I ever ready to go to Phoenix? No, but I have a lot to do and I just really hope the next 10 days go by quickly. So I will wrap up this video for now, but even though I'm going to be in a house the next 10 days, I have a lot of footage coming for you guys. Like and subscribe. Talk to you soon.